Good afternoon. This is Bob from Trade Genius, the 12th of January. Hey, sorry about no video yesterday. I had it done. I just had some technical difficulties. I couldn't get the video uploaded, so my apologies. I even had a really catchy title and everything, but c'est la vie. But anyway, interesting day yet again in the market. I mean, yesterday was crazy with the Trump NATO here. You know, he's I don't know where people are thinking he is not going to be good for company margins. You know, I'll say this once, I'll say it again and again and again. Obama measures his success by the stock market price. Trump's going to measure his success about how many people he puts into jobs and where he takes them from. And when people that starts sinking into people that he's going to fund his programs through out of companies' profit margins, then you're going to see the stock market do some really, really crazy things. But today we had the typical games that are played. Market sold off. Well, they ramped it. They sold off, ramped it yesterday, and they sold it off again this morning. And it bounced off support. It hit right off this downtrend line, and then they bounced it. Now the key is going to be is are they going to be able to get a higher high out of this? Right in this area here. Good thing I'm not a surgeon, take me forever. Or is it going to roll back over and down? My view is we'll know tomorrow because the financials are starting to report, the banks. But then we go into a 3-day weekend and then we go into OPEX week. So there's a good chance they're going to try to push this thing higher. We'll see. But the market's days are numbered. And I think it's going to go ahead and we'll roll over. The max pain for next Friday is 223. It's tying into some moving averages, and then once that breaks, then we're into our channel, and then we can work our way down to the pivot at 210, or go all the way to the bottom of the channel at 180. So we'll see what's going to happen here, but there's just simply no way with all the economic reports that this thing is going to be flying to all-time highs and nirvana and kumbaya. If it does that, I'd be really impressed. But anyway, that's kind of where we are right now. Our credit spreads are pretty much off. We aced another one, and now we're just gonna wait the week out here and see what comes up next week. I'd like for my dots to flip and then have that get overbought and buy some more credit spreads. And I never buy put spreads, really. Hardly I do on SPY because, it's the escalator up and it's the elevator down. I could deal with the grind ups. It's just these overnight collapses that are could just wipe you out completely. And I'm not interested in trying to recover from a $2,000 or $4,000, in the money loss here just because of overnight. I think you can manage the call spreads much better. Then going to the VIX. Is that I'll show you XIV. We had a nice little day trade on it today. As long as these dots are blue, we're just gonna have to look for day trades. We got in, we did a 3-trade, add to, 54.50, 54, 53.50, and then sold it all back out at 54, 53.50, 53. We sold it back out at 54.50. So nice buck, but then it blew up almost another $1. But it didn't matter to me. I made my money and paid the bills, and you move on. And as long as these dots are staying blue, we just have to buy the weakness in XIV and until it instead of paying us, pains us. And then we look at gold. Gold's pushed up here. It's at this inflection point right now. It gapped up. It filled the gap. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's already resetting the momentum. I hear a lot of news out there. I just, quite frankly, everybody's all over the place with gold. We know everybody seems to not like it, but this was a nice move on gold. This is like a nice 6% move up. I'm waiting for it to get a lower low here and break down the VWAP and take another run higher, but it still looks pretty constructive to me, and it has to really break down first. The dots are still saying stay in it if you're in it, but it looks getting a little long in the tooth here. May need to consolidate. And then on my minor side is that I got into silver wheat and it tapped, excuse me, and it stopped me right back out again. And so what I did was, I think from now on, while we're in this low vol environment, is that if we make 3% or 5% on our trades, we're just going to have to take profit on this stuff, and then go ahead and move on. And because I just circled this thing and I just round tripped it for no gain. And so what I'm trying to do here is just get some profit out of it. Biotech, what I want to talk about here is, we made a little bit of money on it yesterday. I think this is going to be in Trump's crosshairs. And see, BIS came right up to the VWAP. I knew that was going to happen. It sold it off pretty hard today. And now I'm watching the dots here for a buy limit. Or if it gets back over to VWAP and turns up, then I think we should get long Biotech. And then what's not working for the market is really interesting is XLE is just on a slow trip to death. And so I'm still have my diagonal going. It's paying me, and if we stay above 74 tomorrow, then I get full pay on the sold, and then I'll roll out for the following week on everything again. And keep working it. And then let's see what else I want to show you guys. Oh yeah, finally some validation. Maybe we're going to get a breakout here. We had a nice move on JJG. It's at the top of this channel now, so we just got to watch it. We're in on it. Our stop's at 28. I'm probably going to move the stop up all the way up on this thing and make sure to make some profit, because we've given so much profit away on these grains, and I just want us to start making some little bit of money here. And if we get a breakout, then we can start backing off. But it needs to break 29.50 for me to get interested in putting a really low stop on it and letting it run, so I get into a new triangle. And DBA is doing the same thing. So nice steady climb on DBA. I haven't been putting it out for the traders, but I've been in it from 2003. I tell you guys every time I talk about it, and I'm definitely looking for these ags to just a 5% move or higher. I'm so sorry, I've been talking all day, and what I'm looking for here is with all this weather we're having now is you have to be naive to think that these farmers are going to be able to put crop in the ground on time. I mean, from Spain into Morocco, down into the Arabian Gulf, all the way across through Japan and into the Americas and across North America, we're just snowed in. And if they get enough snow, there's going to be snow on the ground for months, and then it turns into just soggy fields and you can't plant. And I saw some articles today. That's why we get a little bit of a pop. Is that the estimates on how much wheat's in the ground has fallen by millions of potential tonnage, and so it just spiked it. And I think when we get into the spring, and they're going to see how badly damaged the winter wheat crop is, and not being able to get corn in the ground. And in South America is in growth in their growing season right now. It's snowing in New Zealand in the summertime, and Australia is just getting hammered with rain, and India is having a mess. And so it's going to be a really interesting year next year, and this is what we've been expecting, and once we work the surplus off, you're going to just see the price of food just go through the roof. And it's going to cause all kinds of problems for everybody that's trying to debase their currency against the dollar to get competitive advantage, because you're not going to be able to feed your people. And so it's going to become a really interesting environment as the recognition comes to fore. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it. I mean, Istanbul, they closed the Bosphorus Strait. I mean, that's a major transportation hub for Russia. And Romania and Bulgaria, so Ukraine, and so and their wheat harvest comes through there to feed other parts of the world, and it's closed. The rivers in Europe are freezing over, That's why I just laugh at these people that can, with a straight face, call this we're in global warming. I mean, it's just so obviously what it's not, and I think once they realize what the impact of it is that uh, the left's going to have to get a new religion because it's going to be all over for them. But anyway, we're just going to keep watching. Next week, like I said, we're going to watch The Spy. That's going to tell us. And one more thing. I'm sorry. As I go off always on my little tangents, is really, here's the funding source. One, is the yen. The other one was the VIX. Is that we'll see if this was a gap fill and go again. Remember, I told you when it was way back here. I said, hey, this thing's going to get to 85, and now it's just about at 85. This thing's going to 90. And this is where they've been using to fund it. It's just amazing to me that they're holding this market up as they're retracing this whole currency move. And the other thing they use to fund it, obviously, is the VIX. And the February option contracts for calls for the VIX are going through the roof. So when this contract expires and we go into the February contract, we may not have contango to support all these volatility games that we're going to go into. We're going to go into backwardation, and it's just really gonna crush XIV, and it's gonna crush the people that use this to fund, and then they're gonna unwind their SPY trade. So we're still technically at a higher low than earlier in the month. It's still double bottom, and these bottoms here have been bottoms for years. So like I said, I'm still looking for this thing to get over to over the 20s here before the end of February minimum. And so anyway, that's Bob Trade Genius. Hey, if you guys subscribe to the service, come into the chat room if you can. I mean, we share a lot more than we could share on tweets, and really can help you make some good money. And there's some really good traders in there that can definitely offer assistance if I'm not paying attention to a particular question, or if you just want to ask a group. But it's definitely worth it to you. I mean, the money people made today trading XIB, easily paid for a year's worth of the service, in terms of the value that you got from it. So I really encourage you to join us and come on the chat room and make some good money and ask some good questions and become a better trader. Thanks. See ya. Bye.